right, we'll figure it out. All right, my bad. You ready? All right. Okay. Welcome to yet another episode of 28th and Jefferson. My name is Joshua Black.
I am Bubbles.
What is going on? It's P. Morgan.
Woo!
We are in the building.
We are here, guys.
In the building. Black people always on time. That's the new thing for 2019. I slipped today.
Yes.
Black people always on time is the hashtag. Pat slipped harder than me.
I did slip hard.
Yeah,
slip hard.
So now I don't feel as bad. She kind of checked us both right through the door.
But see, this is your first time getting checked, right? It's a regular occurrence with
First
me.
and last, I will never do that again. Black people always on time. I really blame, and I love my people, man. And I think rich people got problems, poor people got problems. But I can tell you one thing right now: poor people take a long time at the gas station. And I was been poor for the most. And I'm gonna tell you, it take a long time. I was in. There's probably 5 people in front of me. You got to do the EBT card, which no disrespect, but the EBT card, you got to type it in at another computer. Yeah. Then you got to turn in your lotto tickets. Wahoo! That pops up. You on one. They got to get more tickets. Then you come back. Then you got a special type of cigarettes they don't got in the back.
Right.
That and then the next dude in line got the same thing. Some Asian lady. She had her EBT card, and I said, man.
But what about the old folks though?
Oh my God, with the change.
With the change.
Oh my God. You said it's 17:30.
Sometimes it don't even be the old folks. Sometimes it be some younger people. I saw this one lady. I was in line. No, I swear. I was at the Dollar Tree.
That's real. Okay.
And this lady had about 3-4 kids.
How old is she?
She looked to be about maybe like early 30s.
Okay.
So like round about my age, you know what I'm saying?
She paid with all change.
All change.
That's disrespectful.
All change.
I'd rather shoplift.
And she had
I'm taking
about
it. If I gotta take
that risk.
I'm taking
you gotta take
at
that
least
risk.
like $10 worth of stuff.
Yeah.
And then call our special guest to handle all your legal stuff.
Yeah, I'm sorry, bro. I gotta. I remember back in the day when I used to have to pay with change. I was living a very rough life. I used to go in Walmart with the buggy. You know, you fill the buggy up like you're shopping, but you ain't got no bread on you.
You ain't paying none of that counterfeit money that you had.
I don't know nothing about that. But I would go to the thing, I'd fill up my buggy like I'm shopping, and then I would go to where they got the chicken and the mashed potatoes and all that.
You're not going
deli?
to the bakery.
And I eat, and I'd be checking like a list and making sure, and as I finish eating, then I just throw the bucket to the side and dip.
Okay.
So I say that to say that I'm not paying for change. You know what I mean? If I got to do that, I'm just going to fill up my buggy with stuff that I will not buy, and then...
Y'all, Black is a professional finesser now. After that story, bro, your jersey go up.
I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry. I said, yeah, can I get the macaroni and cheese, please? No salt, I'll take care of that. I'm with a fork and everything.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I went to my grandma once. I said, what you doing? You ain't got no bread. I said, please. Don't worry about that. Go ahead and do your thing, grandma. We ain't got time for that.
So, Pat, what you got for us today? What's going on in the world?
Man, what is going on in the world? I mean, I don't know. It's a couple things. Where y'all want to start at?
I don't know. It's
Soldier.
You're just going to talk about other
y'all
people's business right now.
Y'all want to talk about Big Soldier? Y'all want to talk about Big Soldier?
Young Draco.
Y'all want to talk about Future? Hendrix? Which one y'all want to go with first?
Give me Soldier first.
Let's go with Soldier. Soldier a little bit, yeah.
Put some respect on that.
No, it ain't Young Draco. It's Big Draco. You gotta put some respect on it. It's Big Draco. It's Big Draco.
I mess with him.
How y'all feel about that? Did everybody see the interview?
I saw bits and pieces of it.
Drake.
Bits and pieces. What?
Yeah.
Bits and pieces.
He was
That's
definitely
disrespectful.
clowning, but you know, like I feel like after I kind of went back to my iTunes, Soulja Boy had some hits.
This not right here.
Not only
is mine.
Not only did he have hits,
Legit.
but Soulja Boy legit. It was gonna sound blasphemous.
Talk to me.
And if anybody knows, I make blasphemous statements.
Yes.
Y'all know I make blasphemous statements, bro.
Blasphemous.
Soulja might have to be
What you
in the
got to
conversation as most. He's
Say
not,
it.
but he's in the
Say
running.
it.
He's in the convo for most influential rapper.
He is. He is.
He came from MySpace.
Oh, wait a minute. Bro.
Shout out MassCtv.
Some would say
Right.
top 8 in the building.
He real deal. Like, as he was talking, I was like,
Maybe the most influential musician. He was the first musician on YouTube.
Bro, there were a lot of
Wasn't even
facts
20.
I wouldn't
Exactly.
even attempt to debate.
And that's why I
as he
like
was
when
saying.
sometimes you gotta talk your own shit. You know what I mean? Like
You know what? I don't think that it's the fact that the stuff that he was saying sounded outrageous because nobody has disagreed with any of the stuff that he said.
True.
It's just that he kind of was like a goofball, like doing it though. Like he was like real goofy coming up.
Clown.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like 2 years ago. Like 2 years ago when
Chris Breezy and all that. They say Soulja ain't from the hood.
Soulja ain't from the hood. What y'all say? Big Soulja ain't from the hood.
Get the fuck off me.
Right, bro. Like
I didn't even know he had dropped an album last year.
You see what? But he
didn't know
well,
that.
you know now because he had the biggest.
No idea.
He dropped 4 of them.
He dropped
as Zach said.
anything
I
last
don't
year.
know
I ain't gonna lie, he wasn't on my radar. But you know what though? I'm gonna say he had the biggest comeback of 2018.
Soulja Boy, he was first
Soulja.
one on the internet. 17 when he popped off in his mama's house with the rubber bands on his neck.
Bro, I think all of us remember watching that video of him dancing in his grandmama's living room.
And the thing is,
Soulja Boy.
don't forget, he came in with like Franchise Boys,
all of that,
Fabo,
D4L,
they all gone.
Yeah.
So you gotta respect him. We still talking about him. You know what I mean? He's here. He got a game console he told y'all about.
Y'all.
Bro, I ain't a gamer, you know what I mean? But
I ain't no gamer either, but I might have to go see what it's talking about.
Definitely.
Right? You know
I'm messing with Big Draco.
Oh.
I'm messing with Big. He on the tour with Nicki Minaj confirmed today. Even though I think Nicki.
Oh really?
Yeah, Nicki Minaj trash to me.
But she clout. Well, I can't say she's clout.
That's a good move. That's a good move.
But she's riding the wave. She's riding the wave. He's riding the wave.
Nicki Minaj can trash
each other.
Just ride the wave.
Just ride the wave.
Surf.
Y'all know.
Nicki Minaj, you been garbage from day one.
But you know, Future said, "I'm the ocean. Why ride the wave?"
Future, Hendrix. Talk to me. What's your
Doug, can you confirm that, bro?
What's your review on the album? I ain't really heard the album.
Hey, listen, I like the album.
Okay.
I like the album. First of all, let me say that I am one of the
How many songs? He got some songs on there. How many songs you got?
It's a dub on there, bro. It's 20 songs on there.
I like that
it's
type
20
shit.
songs. The thing about the Lord and Savior of the trap, Future, is that he really was like preaching on there. Yeah, like Future Hendrix is the Lord and Savior of the trap, bro. Yeah. We all know that, bro.
Yes.
He might be the most. He might, cause I had this conversation. He is on Mount. I was about to go there. He's on Mount Rushmore with the trap gods, bro.
Absolutely,
Gucci, bro. Jeezy.
That's a good combo.
Tip. And Future, bro, like that's one hell of a Mount Rushmore of trap music, bro. That's that's one hell of a.
That's all for.
Last time I checked, I was the man on these streets. I'll be residue.
I leave blow on these beats. We'll get to that some other day. But yeah, though, so that's what I got as far as what's going on is Soulja Boy and my dog, Big Draco and my dog Future Hendrix.
He killed a man.
Yeah. First off, before we leave, we gotta talk about that.
We gonna sleep on that? That's a fact.
That's the big part. That's the big part of the whole interview, bro.
He did that in the South. You know, we got them laws down here.
Is it me or when he was like describing the whole situation on the Breakfast Club, not even on the Breakfast Club, but on his Instagram live, bro. Nigga, I ain't gonna lie, bro. I would have paid top dollar to see that movie.
I'm gonna tell you why I like him, because we don't have that many entertainers in the game. Like everybody.
Who are we talking about again?
We talking about Big
Draco.
Okay, so we swapped back.
We did. We had to because we brought up.
Good point.
Gotcha.
Yeah. We back.
I want to know, was the case, it closed, right?
Because I don't think he went to trial. It was over.
No, like it was a whole murder.
It was
right?
Because
bro came in his house.
They
were trying to rob him.
He said it was a self-defense, and he said he killed him.
And he had cameras in the house. So what you do?
Wow.
The guns are clean.
But wait a minute though. What about the part when he was going on his Instagram live and he said, and the dude I shot, I pulled his mask off, bro. Like, nigga, you part of the Scooby Doo gang now?
Yeah.
Like, you know, they always pull the mask off to see who done it.
And I would have got away with it, but for you pesky kids.
You tag-never kids, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey,
I got away with it too.
Soulja Boy charging, I don't pay for nothing, bro. Soulja Boy charging for that movie.
I like that he entertaining, man. People like J. Cole, Kendrick, they be spitting, but they're boring, man. In real life, I hate to say that. They're boring, man.
Some people would say.
We had Tekashi 6ix9ine, he was entertaining, but to his detriment. I ain't saying you got to do that. But I like some entertainment. This new school rap, they just high.
And maybe that's the topic that we do is like most entertaining rappers versus the conscious rappers.
I wish you was both. Back in the day, you were both. You know
back in the day, it was both. But
Jay-Z was entertaining, Yeezy was entertaining. You know, before he
but they weren't clout chasing back then, and a lot of these guys.
That's all it is now.
That's all it is. But that's what we got so far, and what's going on in other people's business.
My word is my word.
So awesome. So let's get right into Nashville news. So so there's a lot of things that's going on in Nashville right now.
Big week.
Did you guys know that it was Hot Chicken Week?
Bro, I just found out yesterday.
I heard that.
It's Hot
Who you fucking with?
Chicken
Who you fucking with?
Can we go around? Can we like say
Who you going with? Go ahead.
I'm gonna plug in 400 Degrees right off of Clarksville Highway.
Shout
It's
out
in the
400 Degrees.
neighborhood. Shout out 400 Degrees.
Okay.
Chicken.
Yeah,
right
yeah.
next to AutoZone. I know y'all done got your car worked on in the parking lot. Right.
Who you
across.
going with, Shekinah?
So I really haven't been eating a lot of chicken lately.
I respect that.
I can't really.
Who do you want to plug though?
I mean, if you had to go hot chicken, somebody said you got to go hot chicken right now.
Who you gonna plug?
Well, I mean, I'm from Nashville, so I always go with Prince's.
Well, I kind of feel like Prince's is the automatic.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
I'm
saying?
about no. Give me knockout wings. What we talking about?
Hey.
Knockout wings.
If I got to do it.
Okay.
And if I go to the other side of the culture, give me Hattie B's. Gentrified chicken.
Yeah,
with
you know what?
coleslaw. Let me get a gentrified chicken with a coleslaw on the side.
Well, I will say that I have not had no Hattie B's chicken though.
It's
On purpose
cool.
though.
It's
I've
cool.
had it,
It's on
and I'm
purpose.
just not.
It's some cool.
I'm not a fan.
Okay, let me do this. And
Sorry.
the culture might kick me out for this. I went to and I know
Here you go.
bro, we gotta work. Where's our marketing at? You let these folks come in your city. Some of these fish spots don't even take credit cards. In 2019.
Cash only.
Cash only. No market, no website, no Instagram.
Nah.
Yeah.
Nah,
Hattie B's
bro.
come through now. We mad at Hattie B's. Hattie B's, yes, they gonna steal your wave. But where your website?
Ain't no website, bitch.
Bro, we gotta come. I mean, that's what I'm for. And you know who I don't blame the owners. I blame the owners' sons and their grandkids. They on the gram.
Yes.
Yeah, I know most of them.
That's
Yes, I'm
true.
talking to you.
Yes,
That's true.
Get your grandma on my Instagram. Boy, what is wrong with you? Hattie B took your whole way.
But you know
You
what?
see swimming
though?
huskies out here. They don't
Yeah,
need-
but
Yeah.
you got to think though. A lot of restaurants that we grew up going to don't take cards or,
And they
or
proud.
digital currency. You know what I'm
Nah.
saying?
Say,
Like
what are we
Apple Pay
doing?
or
'Cause I think
Google
Ed's-
Wallet.
I gotta go to
Ed's
they only
Fish don't.
take
I gotta go to the ATM. They gotta hit me for 3 at the A-Rap.
Bro,
So-
listen, at Ed's Fish, bro, you like your meal come up to be like $4.73, bro. If you ain't got exact change, nigga, you ain't getting the rest of that back if you slide them a $5.
Give them a 5,
bro.
you good. Good to
That's
see
it,
you.
bro.
Good to see you.
No change.
I respect
Holla
that.
at you,
Yeah,
bro.
good to see you.
Cause I ain't got that extra 7 cents in my
No,
drawer.
we ain't got that.
Change.
We ain't
bro.
got
Oh
that.
my goodness.
It's-
Shout out to Ed's
Well,
Fish.
It throw you some extra
Yes,
fish though.
so if you didn't know, now
I gave
you
away
know.
250K. I'm sorry.
It is Nashville Hot Chicken Week. Also in news, so for those employees of the federal government, if you are not working, there are businesses out there that are giving out deals and things like that. So if you go to the News Channel 4 website, they have a list on there. So
You
they
get
have
free meals?
restaurant deals.
Oh, that's real.
They have entertainment deals. They have business deals. So go out there and take a look at that.
I don't know if I really want to spend my money on entertainment, bro.
Yeah,
Well, I know
I
there's
make
one
this
place.
20 stretch
well,
for about 4 months, bro.
Well, I mean, there's like a sizable discount, like for
Okay.
those people.
Yeah, and they getting paid the peanut butter crackers till Trump get through.
So you know,
And it's Kroger
if you
brand.
are a federal employee, please seek those different
Man, it's
businesses
rough
out.
right
For some things that are going on next month, Slim and Huskies is having a movie night at Belcourt Theater on February 6th.
That man is
The
in his
feature
bag.
movie is Do the Right
Light-skinned
Thing
dude.
by Spike Lee. So be sure to check that out. And then
Have y'all been to
at-
Belcourt?
I've been.
Since it's been renovated?
I haven't been since it's been
What do you mean
renovated.
They like redid it, bro. Like it's like
The
super
inside of the
nice.
theater?
Yeah, inside and out.
How old is Slim and Husky dude? Light skin with a beard.
Well, it's 3 of them, but they're like in
Clint
their
is
like-
young.
Yeah, they're young.
They
They're
are
like in their
like
early
in their
30s. Early 30s.
Yeah.
That wasn't his bag. You and
Oh,
me.
yeah. There is a Wisecracks Comedy and Soul event at Woolworth on 5th, February 7th.
I saw
at
James
7
Shaw
p.m.
plug that.
It is free. Yes.
I saw that on the ground. That's, I mean,
it's on the ground.
I think he gonna be in the building. So
It's
that's
a free
good.
event.
That's good. He gonna be in
Show
the building.
up.
His word is his
And
word. That's for sure.
So to wrap things up, the Oversight Community Board did go ahead and elect their members. So if you're not aware of that,
That's what's up. I know.
that's a
people
big
on that.
thing
You know-
here in Nashville.
That's huge.
And
That's huge. It's only like 6 of those in the country, I think.
Yes.
That's a big deal.
Yeah, that's
and we in
big.
the most racist state ever.
Right.
We got it pulled off, so that's legendary. That's revolutionary. I
Yeah,
gotta
that was on
respect
this
that.
most recent ballot for those to vote on. It got voted on.
Well,
and
the KKK was created here.
I don't
We're
know,
pretty
man.
red.
I kind of feel like Mississippi got everybody beat. I kinda
Maybe
feel like Mississippi.
the KKK was created here.
True.
You go on the interstate right now, you see the grand leader of the KKK smiling at you.
Very true. On that horse.
We got
pink
the,
paint.
we got
With pink
Da-
paint.
we got
Yes.
David Duke, not David Duke. We got one of them boys in the Capitol with the gold head.
Right.
We got a Tennessee State Museum coming. You know what that's gonna be.
I don't know, bro. I kind of feel like, yeah, we up
might
there
be the most
as far
racist
as
state in the town.
Most racist, but it's still 2019 in Tennessee.
Well, Mississippi,
bro. I
they
feel
got a level of
Mississippi is
ignorance
still-
that we ain't got.
It's still
Yeah.
1700 down there in Mississippi,
Yeah, you
bro.
right.
Like,
You right.
they still behind a couple
Well,
hundred years, bro.
Well,
We-
anyway,
we-
this
oh,
is
yeah.
a big
That's a
thing
big deal.
for
Yeah.
Nashville. But with that being said,
James
there
Brown did an interview
is
for that.
yes.
There you go.
So,
Dagger.
you want to go ahead and elaborate a little bit on that?
Wow.
So, for those of you who don't
Wow.
know, James Shaw did do an interview to be on the board.
Yeah.
There's a lot of controversy going on around that right now.
They
And so
cooked him on.
we wanted to talk about it a little bit.
They cooked him on
So-
Facebook, but before let's talk objectively. So for those of y'all don't know, for the CLB board, you have to be interviewed for it. A lot of people, I would say at least 1,000 people came out to be interviewed for this board. It's gonna oversee. It's an oversight board. You oversee.
150.
Okay. You oversee police activity to make sure that things have been held accountable. So people go out for this. James Shaw came out for this board. His interview went viral. Shout out to Scoop Nashville.
Yes.
Man,
People be
one-
salty at Scoop.
Bro, one more person text me the Scoop Nashville link, bro.
Scoop in their bag right now. I don't know if it's a man, woman, white, black.
Ah,
Scoop is in their
man.
bag. You hear me? Scoop ain't playing, so
Nah,
you better
they
watch
deep
out.
in
You out here slipping, Scoop gonna find you.
Nah, they deep in it. I will
My
say
boy
that.
just got put on Scoop for throwing dildos and stuff. I said,
Whew.
that ain't
Anyway.
the point. The point is, I said, Scoop, I see you, Scoop. Don't come at me, but I see you come at me, I'm gonna be hot at you. So the seal, they interviewed Shaw, and the headline was, well, let's slow down. He missed the first date. He was the only person that missed their date. Now he said he was there that first, when they said come on the 7th. He came on the 7th, couldn't find the building. There was some confusion.
A little bit
You know,
confusion there.
so they
So
let
they
him.
had to reschedule.
So they rescheduled. Jacquees Clemens, who got shot 2 years ago by the cop,
Right.
his mom wasn't really feeling that. And she been active in the CLB board. She said, why the fuck he get a chance to do it again? That's some bull. What are we talking about? Why was he late? Why wasn't nobody else late? Somebody said you was like 30 minutes late, and the only other person that was late was somebody who was in a wheelchair. So
Yeah, so that was a huge deal.
if wheelchair get there for you,
That was kind of a big
so
deal.
then he gets in the interview, and some say it was arrogant. He was saying like they asked him like what are you bringing to the board, and his words were, I'm very valuable, and I can't. He said I'm very valuable to the board. I have a big platform. He said most policemen and every policeman I talk to knows me. They know a lot of me, and I respect police and firemen highly. That threw people off. But that's normal. Whatever, you respect whatever. So a guy who asked him the question, respect to him, he was in his bag. And I think James Shaw was used to going to Steve Harvey, Ellen, when they was uplifting them, because as they should have. You know what I mean?
Okay.
They were trying to figure out what you own. Why was you late? First of all, my G.
Why was they hold you accountable for that target?
They said
he was like, I want you to prove to me, like,
his words were
prove to me.
convince me that I
Convince
shouldn't be
me.
concerned. Look at what Shaw said. He said I can't convince you 100%. He said, but I can tell you I gave away $250K though. I gave away $250,000.
Yeah.
And the streets are saying, nigga, was that your $250? You act like you just hustled and got $250 and gave it to him. Nigga, somebody gave you $250 to give to them, and you gave it to them. I ain't trying to use that as a stat. Streets ain't fucking with that. And then he kept saying, but people talking about he was arrogant, but I think he was in interview mode. If you see my interviews going to Best Buy, when they said, what have you done? Everything was a lie. I said, so teamwork, hell, teamwork, I am teamwork. I was doing all this shit. I ain't done none of that. My whole resume was bull.
Yes.
So I think when you in interview mode, you just big yourself up. And if you put it on camera, it looks like, so I don't charge him for that.
I don't charge him for
I
that,
would
but
charge him for that.
my only thing
Talk to him.
that I kind of felt as though he got the questions prior to.
He was not prepared. He did not
He
seem
wasn't prepared. It didn't
lot of
seem like he
ums,
was
a lot of
prepared.
uhs.
He wasn't.
Yeah.
His thoughts weren't clearly coming out. He
Yeah.
wasn't concise.
Pulled up in a hoodie.
So, like, he wasn't dressed like he was coming for an interview.
Everybody's in their
like,
suit and
this
booted.
is something like serious.
People
and that
put
the people
blood,
of Nashville
literal
are
blood.
taking serious.
Blood, sweat, and tears into this, and he kind of came into like, what I'm bringing to the table is me and my Instagram followers. I'm lit. That's pretty much.
Yeah,
That's kind of how it came off.
It didn't come off right.
It came off like I'm late. I don't know what the hell these questions are.
It came off like he didn't care and that he wasn't prepared.
He could have finessed that. He could have finessed that had he prepared properly.
Right.
Yeah. Because let's just go ahead and keep it honest.
Talk to
Out
him.
of everybody that was in that room, he does have the biggest platform. Easily.
Yeah.
So if I were him, and I'm saying this as your friend, if I were him, I would have took that and I just would have stayed with that. Well, what can you do?
He kept saying,
how can you?
He kept saying I got a platform, but bro said.
But at this point,
my concern is the work. That's what bro told me.
Right. Like, are you going to be on time?
He said, I'm looking through my charts, and it
Right.
says your community service experience says you voted and you've been on the Steve Harvey show.
So at that point, once he started getting charged, because it sound from what
they felt
I
think they felt disrespected. I feel like they felt disrespected because he came in there unprepared with a hoodie on and he was a day late. So off the top they at your neck bone, as they should be. You know what I mean?
Right,
this is serious. And then when the dagger came with this, Pat Morgan, it came right. This was ugly right here. They said, "How you feel about the police and your generation with the police?"
Okay.
This man's exact response was, if it was me, I'd make the police get out their car because it's almost impossible to shoot someone after you see him. Okay? Then he goes on to say, some African American men, I don't like when black people say African American. That's always suspect to me anyway. Okay, sorry. African American. What are you talking about? Some African American men have had problems with police force and police authority, but that's because of how their upbringing was and the environment they're in.
Okay, we're gonna push pause on that. Push pause. So we have a guest.
That ain't 100.
That's joining us today.
You low-key gotta
so
get
we're
off
gonna
the
go ahead and bring our guest in.
Okay.
And Pat, go ahead. You want to introduce our guest after you finish your water?
that was a little spicy. We'll get back to that. Not only maybe our guest can elaborate on that.
So just hold off on that one.
Bullshit, fam.
We have a very special guest and a guest who caught a little bit of social media virality.
Okay.
Virality.
Bro, is this the second we got made up a word?
That is.
That's a new word.
That one sounds legit though.
I'm with that.
So our guest. I am.
I'm with that.
We're gonna work on that after the show. But yeah, we have a special guest in the building.
Okay.
We have Mr. Marcus Shute.
Appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
Thank y'all for having me.
Thank you for being on the show.
Thank you.
Thank you for being on the show.
Appreciate y'all for having me.
Yeah, man. Well, thank you for being on 28th and Jefferson by MassCtv, man. If you would please introduce yourself to our crowd and our audience.
Okay, my name is Marcus Shute. I'm a native Nashvilleian. Went to high school, middle school here, and then went to Tennessee State, Nashville School of Law. Now I have my own law practice here in Nashville.
Okay, cool.
Awesome. So you've been listening in
Niggas in his
to
bag.
our conversation. And so with the last question, well, not the question, but the comment that Joshua just made.
Some African American men have had problems with police force and police authority, but that's because of how their upbringing was and the environment they're in. And at that moment in the video, you'll see a revolutionary woman. I don't want to throw a name. I don't know if she would be in there. She just walked out. She did.
So being a native of Nashville,
Right,
what are your
right.
thoughts on that?
So first, full disclosure, I was one of the candidates for the CLB.
Okay.
I follow Scoop Nashville like most Nashvilleians, and just through my business, I've interacted with them and some other things, and so I was there. I had my interview for the CLB, and it's interesting how, because of who he is, how much attention he got. There's a lot of, like the council, Vice Mayor Jim Schulman said, there's a lot of qualified candidates. So 180 people were initially on the list, and they had to interview 150 people in 3 days. And so it was a tight 10-minute window to try to, sell yourself essentially without having certain connections or having a good, grassroots movement already. So some of the people that got elected, I was very glad for. I went to school with some of them. I noticed on social media, a lot of people comment about, James Shaw. I don't personally know him. I saw him the night of the interview, his first interview.
Y'all had the same day?
We did.
Okay.
And so, but I don't know him personally, so a lot of his statements and a lot of things I think are taken out of context without watching the full scope of the video. I'm not saying that his answers were correct. I know that my interview is out there, so I may have made some mistakes and blunders too. I know it's very intimidating, And I think that a lot of people take for granted that the attention that he has gotten is difficult to deal with. So earlier you mentioned, you were asking, am I related to a certain musical artist?
Lito.
And that's my first cousin. And so you can imagine, you know, watching him rise to his level of stardom and success and how much attention that is. It's different when that's something that you choose to do as your career as opposed to it's something that kind of falls in your lap. And I know that there are a lot of people that may offer their assistance to help them in this, you know, but it's difficult to figure out who's genuine, you know, who's really there to help you, to give you guides, to tell you, here's how you should present yourself. And so, you know, I definitely respect, you know, what he's saying. He definitely has a large platform and a large voice because of, you know, what he has going on. You know, so I'm not going to comment personally on his, you know, his comments per se. I think, you know, I understand what he was trying to say. A lot of it has to do with your personal experience. I practice, a part of my practice is criminal defense. And I myself have been arrested. You know, I've been booked. I've gone through, been profiled before, said all those things in my interview. And so I understand what it's like being on both sides of the law. Being somebody that looks like a lot of the suspects that you see on TV, a lot of the people that get arrested, you know, I have candid conversations with officers every day when I'm in court. And I think that's important because they otherwise wouldn't be exposed to somebody that can have a conversation with them, you know, in the courtroom, joke with them, do all that kind of stuff, and then let them know, like, hey, everybody's not, you know, trying to kill you. So that way you say, I'm in fear of my life, and then you shoot.
Right.
Okay. I respect that.
Yeah.
And, you know, and like I said, I think James Shaw, like you said, it was thrown on him, this platform.
Yeah.
He didn't necessarily ask to be it. But if I had to throw my 2 cents, I would just say, you know, he was down with the Parkland shooters and all them. I think I think he's a good father, a good friend, a good person, a brave man, but a revolutionary and an activist, I can't vouch for that. And I don't think that man needs to be nowhere close to no community oversight board. And I fuck with him in real life. He got to know this. I fuck with him. But that right there is dangerous, and it could cost the culture. What if you would have said that on Ellen or Steve? But you know, and people felt hurt. So I don't want people to think that's hate, because a lot of people are like, why y'all hating on James? People feel hurt by that, because a lot of our heroes always go left when they get big. So we kind of traumatized by that. You know what I mean? And then on the other side of that, a lot of y'all talking crazy about James Shaw, and y'all watch the NFL every week.
Bingo.
So what the hell y'all talking about? Like, I don't. Yeah. What y'all talking about? Niggas got a whole paragraph of that, and you talking about Brady this. Brady? Tom Brady?
Boy, soldier, boy.
Brady? What? I'm like, nah, nigga,
that's a good point. That's a real good point.
So I'm like, if we gonna be that hard, we gonna. You said watch the NFL. You talking about a Super Bowl party and shit. So I mean, damn, my G, let's tighten up all around the board.
And I think also too that with James being, it's one of those things where it's like it hits real close to home because so many people do know him, and because he is like a legit homegrown product. Yeah. Too, you know, like I mean, a lot of us that have hooped with James at Hardman Park, at Hadley Park, which may one day be known as Malcolm X Park. You know, like that segue.
Hey, I like that.
But it's one of those things where I think some people may take that one a little bit personally. Yeah. And I think that may be why they're on his head so much, because they may be like, yo, like, we grew up in the same neighborhood.
Right.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? We went to the same middle school and high school, and we went to TSU together. Yeah. Like, so you should know what this
is. But I understand like what he was trying to say, because not everybody is raised to respect the police.
That is
not
very
everybody is
very
raised that way. So I feel like that's what he was trying to get across. But people hear what they want to hear.
That's another true
and people take and digest what they want to. And so not speaking on a large scale, because I wasn't raised that way. I don't know if you were raised that way, but like there are some people that are raised that way.
A lot of times, even if you respect the police, you still get shot in your face.
Yeah.
So whether you respect the police or not, it's still not an excuse for the police to shoot unarmed black men.
And I think he know that. And some people are saying that he was just dancing because he got a new crowd. And that crowd wouldn't like it if he took a stand, and that's what made people feel some type of way. So anyway, I don't know. Go ahead and speak on it, fam. Don't ignore it. This ain't Bill Cosby tried to ignore it, and Bill Cosby's in jail. can't even see who's raping him from the left. You know what I mean? So we need to, you gotta. We asking for a statement.
The R word out.
I'm just saying, like,
yeah.
I'm just saying.
Clarify.
I'm sure they getting at Bill Cosby right now.
Clarify yourself.
From behind. I would assume they getting to him. He can't even see who's coming at him. Or in it. Folks, let's get back to the we have a lawyer in the house. So let's come on.
Again, thank you for coming on the show.
I'm sorry about that.
I do have a question for you though. So I was just kind of reading up on your profile and things like that. And so you were an athlete at one point in time until you had an injury. So I did see that you went to school for different things. So how did you get into law? So what made you decide, okay, hey, I want to be a lawyer?
Well, so I played football at Tennessee State for 2 years and had a motorcycle accident.
Damn.
A coaching change happened during the same time, and it was just too much to try to work my way back up the depth chart. So I was already majoring in political science. I was minored in psychology, and I thought that it would be easy to make a lot of money being an attorney, especially when you see, the type of law that I started off practicing was sports and entertainment. So I worked with athletes, artists, writers, movie directors, producers, all different types of things. And then because of their interactions kind of led me into doing more criminal law, family law, all those different things. So while I was in school, I was already kind of on a trajectory to understand politics. I taught government and Spanish for 2 years, right after I graduated from Tennessee State at East Lit. Then after that, I went and worked in retail, and then I started my practice. So I've kind of always had an interest in law. A lot of the jobs that I wanted, they require that you have a Juris Doctorate. And so I was like, well, I have to go to law school at some point. Another good thing is being my own boss. You get to choose what clients you want to work with. You get to choose your hours. As I build my firm, it's important that people that work with me have a balanced work-life balance. And so it's important that we recognize that. So we try to do things like on Fridays, you get time to do your personal self-development. You don't have to do any work. You're just there to do work on you. And then you get to leave work early on Fridays. Like my office closes at 12:30. And so people we still make work.
I might need to
but like those things it's attractive and important. But you work, you work hard during Monday through Thursday. A lot of that comes from, as an athlete, you put in a lot of time in the weight room, watching film, playing the game, so you get a day off to kind of just do whatever you want to do, and try to build that into the practice. That way it doesn't feel like every day I'm getting up and I'm going to work, I have to go do these things. Like I'm excited about, I have a suppression hearing tomorrow in a criminal case, and I'm excited about it, so those are the types of things that why I chose to do law specifically.
So how much school is involved in it? You said you went to TSU, I assume 4 years?
So you go to undergrad, you have to have an undergraduate degree, you have to take the LSAT. LSAT places you, so you standardized tests to figure out what ranking they want to give you in the college, law school rather. And then
how'd you do on that? You did all right?
I think I did pretty well.
Okay.
So I chose to go to National School of Law, which is not accredited, which means you can't immediately swear into another state's bar. It's only approved by our Supreme Court, because I paid for that out of my pocket. When I graduated undergrad, I bought a house, so I had a debt already, and it didn't make sense for me to take out loans to pay for school and have a mortgage at the same time. Then I'd be $300,000 in debt. So by paying for my law school out of my pocket, I don't have a debt for law school, and I'm reaping the benefits of living in the house. So,
right.
But you have National School of Law is a 4-year program because it's a night school, as opposed to like Vanderbilt, Belmont, UT Knox, University of Memphis. Those are all 3-year programs because you're going to be going full time. I got accepted to those schools, but I just chose a different route.
You were working while you was doing that too?
Right. So I worked at Walmart as a store manager. Left there and did equity compensation, which is stocks essentially for companies. Like if you have a public company like Walmart, you get a stock package. Then I was the person that did all the administration for that.
Okay.
Dang.
So I've got that knowledge to you take that and translate into law. Any company that is an LLC has a potential to have an IPO. Your IPO then generates your stock bonds, etc. Things like that.
Right.
That's a lot of info, bro. I
Yeah,
just
I
feel
just-
like I just got schooled.
IPO, BPM, OPP. Yeah,
good man to know now. Definitely good man to know.
That's what's up.
This wasn't initially my question, but it's going to be one of my questions. I guess I only got two. But so explain to the people what happened a couple months ago when you went viral on like Shade Room and
Damn.
Ball Alert. And
I didn't know that.
See?
Damn.
Yeah.
Talk to me.
Yeah. So one of my clients had a friend with him in court, and most times I try to remember to take out my earrings in court just because it's attention because they're just bright. So, and I have 4. So
talk that talk.
It's I try to I try to take them out because it's you have to consider the people that you're talking to. Often I represent people that are young, but the people that I'm trying to negotiate with and talk to may not be as young and as understanding. But the young lady took a picture of me while I was in court, and part of her headline was, this guy is a drug dealer, sells heroin.
Damn.
Biggest dope man in the city, and then she wrote, "That's all a lie."
Who said that?
Oh man.
Well, I mean, what she do? Who was?
So she was a friend of my client. So I was working with my client.
Right.
She came to court with him.
Right.
Then she was like, "That's all a lie. He's actually an attorney. He has his own law firm." But a lot of people would categorize him just by the way he looks.
Oh, okay.
And so part of it,
she set it up.
Yeah.
There we go.
Pump
so,
fake.
Yeah, super pump fake because you got, you know how Facebook is. You can see part of it. You got to click read.
Right.
All you can see was that part. So a lot of
yeah.
the people that knew me was saying, "Hey, bro, you need to check this out." And I was working.
You got the heroin? Let me get a 5-piece.
Nah. Do not do that.
Dion's gonna be on fire.
Right.
Look here.
There's no defense.
No, don't do that. No, this man don't do that, man.
Anyway.
That'll be different.
So it got shared probably about 70,000 times.
Damn.
Shade Room posted it. Eddie Griffin posted it. So the Shade Room reached out and was like, "Hey, we saw this. Do you want to do an interview?" It's like, "Of course."
Damn.
And so Maisha Essex, she's no longer with the Shade Room, but she interviewed me and then she posted the article and got a lot of attention. So it was cool.
Oh, that's lit.
And again, that's kind of the same thing. Like now, not to say anywhere closer to related to James Shaw, but as I mentioned, my first cousin is an artist, and he and I talked about that type of attention because like he knows me. I've worked with him since he's been an artist, and I've been in one video for half of a second, and it's intentional because I wanted to always be able to move freely without being categorized. When you are seen or related to any kind of hip hop acts, even here in Nashville, when we tried to do a show at the Basement East one time, they were like, "Well, we're gonna charge you 3 times as much for security because it's him." And so, it was like, well, that's kind of disrespectful. We were raised here in East Nashville, from here, and that's how you want to treat us. But they wound up rectifying it. But we say that to say that it's important to sometimes be able to keep that separation. I can go into certain places that he can, and vice versa. And now I think it's a lot more accepted because he's much more approachable, and with social media you can kind of just reach out to who you want to now.
Right.
But definitely something that I do. So.
Have you bumped into any speed bumps with having dreads and earrings and being like dark skinned and just putting on for the culture like that? A lot of times, even in basketball, we're going up there and say cut your hair. You want to be presentable. So now you in a law firm, young with earrings and dreads. Have you bumped into any like static with that?
So I did. So when I was in law school, I interviewed with a law firm in Nashville. It's a big 3-name law firm downtown. They have their own building, but I didn't make it past the last interview, and I suspect that was probably one of the reasons. They obviously, as attorneys, we know not to ask certain questions. In HR, you're taught not to ask certain questions. Even as a manager, when I worked at Walmart, you knew you can't ask people certain questions.
Right.
And so they didn't come out directly and ask me that. I will say when I worked at Walmart, a few times I had people say I didn't fit the culture to be a certain type of manager. And that was kind of, to me, code word for my hair.
Right.
Yeah.
When I first got hired, they asked me about it, and I told them that it was a non-negotiable thing.
That's 100.
And so a lot of times, I think that when you're authentically who you are, if that's who you are, you just say, that's kind of who I am, then people either accept it or they won't. So I may have missed out on some opportunities working for some other people, but now I work for myself and can teach other people to do the same thing. So, and as it relates to clients, I think a lot of my clients are, the ones that I have, they don't have any issues with it. The judges that I practice in front of, a lot of them may have taught me in school, so they already saw me. Some judges didn't. I had one judge that thought I was a defendant one time.
Damn.
That was interesting. But again, those are the things that, can help mold your character. I didn't want to practice criminal law for a year after that happened. And I didn't when I first started practicing intentionally because I felt that my clients would be prejudiced by how I look.
Right.
But it's all, like I said, it's also important. Representation matters.
Exactly. You need to keep that to put on. Now the young boy with the dreads that's like 13 years old, he feel like it's somebody like him that's actually in his bag, like being a lawyer. Yeah. He got earring, got the dreads. He just like me, and he went relatable.
Yeah. Did you see the article in regards to that young wrestler that
I did.
They cut his dreads?
Yeah, it never would have happened with me.
I was gonna ask, like, what? How do you feel about that?
It enrages me. You know, the thing is that not one person, not one adult stood up for that.
Nobody.
There's no way that I could have been there and not said anything.
Right.
Like, I may have had get removed, but I would have definitely objected to it because, again, that's a young man's culture. That's who he is, and if you spend any time, those that went to Tennessee State at the time where there was a Africana Studies program when I went there. You learned about your culture and how it was taken from you, and
Facts.
The reason why you had to cut your hair when you came over here so you could assimilate, the reason why you couldn't have your own language, the reason why you couldn't read or write, just a lot of those things about who we are as people. And so for me, people say, well, you ever gonna cut your hair? And I say, yeah, when racism no longer exists, and, then it'll be easy to cut it, because then I think at that point everybody's going to be accepted. Since I know that's not going to happen in my lifetime, it's probably not going to happen with me. Yeah. So those are, those things are something that I talk to young men about, and just keep them in mind that, like I just rolled my hair because I should have it retwisted, right? Because I'm on video. That's one thing that I talk to young men about. Like if you're gonna wear your hair like that, that's one thing that my high school coach, Buck Godfrey in Atlanta, he wanted us to cut our hair our senior year, and he allowed us to keep it. He was like, as long as you keep it presentable, and then I don't have any issues with it. So
how long have you been growing?
Since 2002.
Oh wow.
Yeah. And so, can you give us a little bit of insight of the family background, because you and Lito, which is your cousin, y'all ain't know that y'all are big deals, man. Lito been putting on for the city,
bruh.
Legendary stuff, man. You out here with dreads, fighting cases for the culture. This ain't no normal stuff. You see a lawyer that's cool. You see a rapper that's cool. But to be in the same family growing up, what was it that made y'all special and dream big and go for it like that?
So our fathers are brothers.
Okay.
So the way that we were kind of raised like brothers. Our fathers are 2 years apart. He and I are 2 months apart. He just had his first daughter, and my second daughter was born. They were born within a week of each other. Aww. And so they'll get to grow up together, kind of like he and I got to grow up together. So a lot of that comes from our grandmother was a teacher. She taught at Tennessee State. She taught at Meharry Medical College. She taught biochemistry, and it just comes from our family kind of pushing us to know who you are as a person. Like she still lives in Haynes Manor. And Haynes Manor was one of the first kind of suburban areas outside of Nashville where black doctors could live. And so she didn't get her doctorate because she got pregnant with my dad. So my dad, when he got his PhD from Georgia Tech, he gave it to her in honor.
Quick flex.
So those things are things that drive you. My dad, when he graduated Tennessee State with mechanical engineering, he was the first person to graduate with a 4.0 plus from mechanical engineering. And at that time, he was the first until I think 2006. Somebody else did. So he was the vice president at TSU, which is why I went to TSU. My grandma taught there. So when you get those certain values instilled in you, you want to represent and do well.
That's true. Yeah.
So like we taught things like Malcolm X. I heard you mention about a park maybe renamed Malcolm X Park.
Right. Yeah.
So those are things when you learn about your culture and who you are, you take pride in it and you want to represent well. So.
That's real, man. So you had did he give you extra homework or something like that?
Yeah.
Because I know it be like, man, strict. When you see somebody, man, successful growing up, like Obama didn't watch TV growing up. Like sometimes to be something crucial, you got to do something crucial. Everybody else playing outside, you in them books. You know what I mean? Was it like that kind of?
Yeah. Oh yeah. So we went to Meigs and Hume Fogg, and if you don't know much about Nashville, Meigs is a feeder to Hume Fogg, which is the #1 high school in the state of Tennessee. We learned calculus in elementary schools. Like I mentioned, my dad went to Georgia Tech, he went to MIT, and he went to Tennessee State, all in engineering. And so he was teaching us, calculus as kids, because when you get exposed to things, and that's one thing about, going to those types of schools, you get exposed to a diverse, economically, racially diverse, and then also just different types of intellects. You'll be around, kids that are 11 years old that are way smarter than you, and you're in 6th grade, but they taking high school class and college classes. And so when you get exposed to so many different things like that, it teaches you, okay, you always want to keep learning. That's kind of what I think that's what we're both want to do. You know, we always read, keep reading and learning.
Oh, so you still an avid reader to this day?
Oh yeah.
What's one of, I guess, I wouldn't say your favorite book, or a book that you've read that has really like stuck out to you?
So I listen to Audible. That's why I'm pulling up my book list right now. You can see, I mean, I got a library, so I mean, it goes.
Oh yeah, it's lengthy. it got some depth on it.
You know, I like reading books. Depending on what you're looking for, like if you're looking for self-development, some books like The Law of Attraction, I think that's important because you learn about, you know, yourself and how the universe works. A lot of things are universal truths, whether you believe it's Christian or if you practice Islam or Baha'i faith. A lot of the stories overlap and there's reasons for it.
Yeah.
So that's one good book. 48 Laws of Power is good for business tactics, negotiation.
That's a fact, yeah.
The Art of War is a good one. Read Shook Ones by Charlemagne.
Is that good? I didn't check it out yet. Is it good?
It's really good. It's really important for the black community too.
Okay.
Because he talks about therapy and, you know, mental health is something that's very important.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's real big.
I think that a lot of us, and especially as living as a black person in America, you deal with a lot of trauma. Part of, like I mentioned, my minor in school was psychology, and I looked at microaggressions. If you Google, there are 6 universal body language signs that you cannot control. It's just involuntary muscle movement. And they tested that by looking at people in America, the UK, and they went and found some Aboriginal people in Africa and South America and tested them the same way. And when you look at their pictures, the faces of shock, surprise is the same. Happy, glee, it's all the same. Being sad about something is one thing. Disdain, those are the same. Anger is all universal. And so when you look at those microaggressions, you'll start noticing people doing it to you. And if you don't process it and internalize it or find a way to, you know, emote that or express that, and you just burying it deep. So there's a lot of things that I think we deal with as a culture. So that's a good book because he kind of talks about that and puts that down in there.
That's what's up. You in therapy yourself? Or?
Not yet. I'm looking for somebody. I actually just got connected with somebody earlier today.
That's what's up.
You know, AC is big on shouting his therapist out. He'd be super excited to go see his.
I need that.
I just recently started going to therapy.
Okay.
Yeah.
You cried in one yet?
No, not yet.
Okay.
We haven't.
I'm like, they're gonna break me down.
Not in there just yet, but I
like they're
know
gonna break me down in there.
It's coming soon. I feel it. I
don't like that, Papa.
But it'll be healing though. Like it's definitely healing. Just being able to talk with someone about what's going on in your mind, your thoughts, and then for them to be able to relate to you and say, okay, like I have identified a pattern here, and this is what's going on. So
and black folk as a culture, we're not used to being that vulnerable with a stranger. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's like, hold on.
Yeah.
We thought to kind of keep them cards to your chest. You know what I mean? So.
Yes, it's definitely very detrimental. So I want to break the ice a little bit.
Okay.
So what we have here is
my favorite part.
Our think tank.
Okay. All right.
So in this bowl are some random questions or comments.
Okay.
And so you just give the best answer that you can. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Hopefully nothing legally incriminating.
Now there are some like kind of serious questions in here, and then there's just like some random off the wall fun questions. Okay. So our guest of honor goes first.
Let's see here.
And nobody knows what these questions are.
What if Michael Jackson was the brother that couldn't sing? I don't really know. I guess I don't really. I guess he wouldn't be, the historical icon that he is. That was not.
We might be set back a couple years on the
dancing
scene, bro.
Yeah,
well,
like how do you think that was affected
like,
culturally?
I mean, if he wasn't the brother, then another one would. It was 5 of them.
Maybe.
So you got to think.
Maybe Janet would have been bigger.
I don't know. Maybe Janet.
Yeah, so
maybe Janet.
I mean, you got to think again, like the way that Joe Jackson was as a parent. All of them were musicians.
Right.
All of them could play.
Right.
So it wasn't like it was one was telling.
I
maybe
know.
another one would have got the juice.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
do you think
which one
that
Probably Tito got a hell of a
Tito?
name. That's a hell of a name.
Tito.
The name alone. My favorite looking.
Tito Jackson.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Perform it live.
Tito Jackson.
maybe Jermaine? Randy.
Which one was
that
the one that
perm.
was dancing in that video that went viral when Mike
And then
Jackson
Mike
was
Jackson,
looking at it?
he was like, nah, he ain't doing it.
No, let him have it. Let him have it.
They had to be
Okay, now I'm gonna jump in.
Yeah.
I'm gonna jump in now.
Let me get that. Okay.
Okay.
Question before we switch. I think he got a whooping after doing that, bro. I think Joe was like, "Won't you ever take?"
Oh, bro, you could have whooping everything in your house.
Don't you ever take the
Yeah,
spotlight
you-
from Mike, bro? He the one paying these bills, and I'm the one supplying.
Joe used to be on
his
that
ass
sauce.
whooping,
You
bro.
hear me?
All right, Pat, your
My
turn.
turn. Let's see what we got. This is what we got cooking in the pot. Damn, this is long.
What you got for me?
Wow. I kind of feel like we should have swapped questions, bro. All right, so my question is what if you were the president of the USA?
Okay.
Who would you have in your cabinet? Vice President, Secretary of Housing, Secretary of Education, Attorney General. I'm gonna consult my attorney on this.
Okay.
So if I
Okay,
were
talk to me.
president,
Yes.
if I were president,
P. Morgan for president.
my vice president. Damn, this is tough, bro. This is a hard one. All right, so let me.
It's the think tank.
Yeah.
But we don't have a lot of time to think.
Okay,
All
well,
right,
you
so
ponder on
That's
it.
kind
I-
of tough.
can I
That's
think
kinda
about
tough.
it?
You
I'm
feel
going
me?
Farrakhan.
Yeah, that's kind of tough.
Think
because
about it.
The shoot law said it's kind of tough. So
Me?
if it's kind of tough, then that's what I'm gonna roll with.
Here we go.
Right? Shameless
Yeah,
plug.
Here we go.
Appreciate that.
Would you rather be rich or wealthy?
Okay. So we got a serious one.
I know.
And we got a deep one.
Not to get. I ain't trying to get super extra, but I'm a communist, so I don't like
What?
I know that's a random left. So I don't necessarily worship money like that. I would say wealthy, and that just means health. And if I was rich, then I just give it to people and rob other rich people and give it to the poor, even though y'all take too long at the gas station.
Oh my God.
I know that's just random, but RP Fidel Castro, you know what I mean? And that's, I don't know, wealthy, if that means, morally wealthy, and if I had money, I would take all the money from the rich people I knew, and then I would give it to the hood.
The Black Robin.
Now, of
Yes.
course,
Black Robin Hood.
this is hypothetically speaking. This is not what he would really do.
I'm a factual communist. That's a fact. If I get that bread, we gonna eat out here. I promise you that. We gonna eat if I get a hold of it. I promise you that right now. I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry about.
Oh man.
Made the church say it, man.
Okay, my turn. What if Dr. Dre decided to stick to breakdancing and DJing?
He'd probably be Kylie Jenner. Bruce Jenner.
What?
There was some rumors about Dr. Dre. I'm sorry. That's your question. But he used to dress kind of. He used to dress
Wow. There would be no Pac.
crazy. That's a fact.
Okay.
He'd be on
I
some
can go
trash
with
ass
that.
beats. We would have never known him.
I can go
But
with that.
Snoop.
Y'all ain't got no love for Snoop Dogg.
Kendrick.
50, Eminem.
Ooh.
You right. Hey, there would
That's
be
a lot
a
of
Yeah.
large gap in the
Yeah.
hip hop culture.
No beats by Dre.
No Easy.
We've been
Or I mean,
So no
Easy
Apple
maybe,
Music?
but
no Apple Music. We would have been listening
You
to.
right.
We would have still had the little.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Culture would be lacking.
Maybe not Tyler. He wouldn't thought of it.
Wow.
Culture would
Dr.
be
Dre.
lacking.
That chronic
You
was
right.
emotional.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, that was like a fake deep question.
I
Yeah.
like that. I like
Yeah.
that. Dr.
Yeah,
Dre.
yeah.
I do have some answers. I know who my Secretary of Education.
I need your
would
vice
be.
president.
Okay.
What's your vice?
We're gonna come back to that.
Okay.
Okay.
My
And
secretary.
you don't have to do all of these. It's just kind of like.
I think I can. Do
I need
all
your
of them.
VP.
I think I can do them. All right. So Secretary of Education.
Okay, talk to me.
That's gonna be Michelle Obama.
I ain't mad at that.
So she's gonna be my Secretary of
She bad too.
Education.
Big facts. Big period.
My Chief of Staff
Talk to me.
is going to be. Fuck it. Let's go with Barack.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's go with him.
Okay.
Because he's like the only president to like do 8 with no blemishes.
Mhm.
So he's a really good judge of character and morals. So he's gonna be my chief of staff.
Okay.
He ain't gonna make the White House.
But it's gonna be the Black House because I'm the president. You hear me?
All right.
You hear me? We having Nashville hot chicken and collard greens every day for lunch. Free for all workers.
I ain't asked for the culture.
You have
Yeah.
heartburn every day.
Every day. Hey,
Your diet 35,
Tom's
but
on
they-
me, bro. Tom's
Yeah.
on me, bro. All right, let's
McDonald's.
see. My attorney general
Mm-hmm.
Would you like to have that position?
No, I'm gonna have to respectfully decline.
Okay.
Just because the Attorney General is essentially the top police officer for the country.
Okay.
So his job is to enforce all the federal laws. Now, maybe.
Could you be my Attorney General advisor?
Well, I'll be the Attorney General because then I could, encourage the Department of Justice to reschedule
Here we go.
Marijuana from Schedule 1 to off the list completely.
Okay, so you're gonna be the Attorney General. You're gonna be the Attorney General Monday through Thursday. If you take Fridays off. Yeah.
12:31.
So Friday, half a day on Friday. So at 12:01, what's the police officer down in Atlanta, the white guy that's been getting a lot of love on social media? There's a police officer.
Officer Tommy.
Is that it?
Getting love.
He's bald headed. He's bald headed.
What's he getting love for?
Bro, he you know who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Can he be your fill-in Friday from 12?
What is he on?
I think he has to be an attorney. He might not have a law degree.
We're gonna say he has a law degree. We're gonna say he went to Nashville School of Law. Yes, fantasy draft. Right.
Cool.
So my Secretary of Housing is gonna be Big Draco because he got the biggest mansion. He said he got the biggest mansion, 4.9 million. So clearly this nigga know how to live.
I respect.
But if
that bullshit.
if he's on that dope, we gonna move him out the way.
Yeah, I think so.
Because have y'all seen Drake's new house?
Mm-mm.
Drake's house that he's building right now is.
If he don't box Kanye, I ain't trying to see it.
We gonna work on that.
I need to see your
And
box.
my vice president.
Talk to me.
My vice president. Actually, I have 3 vice presidents.
I respect that.
Yeah, because it's a fantasy draft. So I got 3 vice presidents, but they all cool though. But it's about to be split up because I don't like overworking my people. My vice
They gonna
president.
split their check.
No, because I'm the president. They all getting 3 separate salaries.
That's real.
So my vice president is going to be. They are going to be.
That's a tax increase.
We're gonna work on that. I'm gonna get back to you on that. So my vice presidents, and I think everybody in here would agree.
Talk.
My vice presidents are going to be Wiz Khalifa, Snoop Dogg, and Lil Duval. Reason being is because the main issue that we have in this world is that some of these niggas just need to relax, bro. So I'm gonna have the 3 of them find the biggest stogie with the best ganja that this planet can find. And we're gonna have a sit down and we're gonna solve all of these problems right here, now. Fantasy draft, 2019 presidential election.
I'm voting for you.
That's me, bro.
All right.
Yeah.
Well.
Prez man, yeah, that's me.
Well, thank you for that.
All that.
So, Pat, since you've gone through all of that, we want you to close it out. Give us the pat on the back word for the day, word for the week.
Yeah.
What you got for us?
What I have for you all is something that I have been focusing on myself.
Okay.
And it is to be you and be honest at all points in time.
That's tough.
It is tough because
That ain't
sometimes you think that you're saving somebody else's feelings from getting hurt by not being totally honest and not telling the truth all the way.
Well.
But in actuality, you're just prolonging an even harder heartbreak or an even worse letdown. So if you let it be known on the front end, be honest and be open with yourself as well as your loved ones and the ops, everything will be all right.
That's a tough
That's all I
task.
got for you.
The truth can be inconvenient.
We can't, but man, bruh.
You at the dinner table, you say, Uncle Charlie raped me. Ain't nobody trying to hear that.
Woo, back to this race course.
Well, I'm just saying, like, that's real, but you need to say that. And then when you hear that, grandma and them go ahead and get Uncle Charlie out the paint.
Yes.
Hey, can we?
My word is my word.
And you know that probably happened at Thanksgiving too.
Yeah, you got. You told him keep it real. I'm just telling him it's gonna get inconvenient, but you got to keep it real. Pat told you.
So I did. So
be honest
my word
with
is my word.
yourself and with others. That is this episode of 28
And if you
Jefferson.
got 250K, I need you to get that away.
Oh my
Immediately.
God! Make sure you subscribe and like, make comments,
on social media.
follow us on social media. Thank you to Marcus Shute for joining us today.
Give them your social media handles or
Shute Law
contact.
is on Instagram. Shute Law, SHUTELAW, and on Twitter it is at MShootJR.
I'm about to follow
if you
right
get
now.
in any legal trouble, hit him up.
Yeah,
He got you.
ShuteLaw.com.
All right, that's it.
We out.
Peace.
You abandoned me Love don't live here anymore. Just a vacancy. Love don't live here anymore.
Yo, so y'all wanna see me act loco? No, it ain't no love around here, nigga, no fro. Taking trips to the go in my photo. Low key with it, I don't play in my toy, yo. Told niggas I don't care what a broke nigga say about me. Talking cheap, but I don't say mine free. So when I say I'm on the road, boy, it ain't my sleeve. Around the globe, homie, say live beat. I know everything. I know too much, in fact, can't lift everyone. Way too much on my back. I got the world in his hands, I got a girl on my lap. Good things come to an end where you get comfortable at. I'm stuck on my post. See, when you living in the lie, you find out the right answers curse you the most. That's ironic, cause I fell for a cancer. That love ended up hurting the most. Man, I can't believe myself. I need myself to lose it all in order just to keep myself. If I lose my soul, who's gonna need my help? If all heart and symbols love, I can't bleed myself. But check, I don't rest cause I need myself to run the game. But in order, I need cleats myself. Standing on my own feet myself. In order for this to grow, well, I got the plan to see myself. Well, I know where I'm supposed to be at. Working this 9 to 5 gig is holding me back. I'm working at a place where I don't wanna be at. If I get fired, it don't matter, I don't wanna be back. Like, honestly, I really don't wanna go. Ain't this a bitch like 2X chromosomes? Mentally, I feel like I'm going wrong. All love is lost, there's no gain, I'm going home. I'm gone. Yeah, you know that I'm gone. No love around here no more.